Who views?
What would anyone like to do?
Oh, okay. We're in the place with the thing.
I mean, I think that we should try and put the part on the contraption just to see if it would do anything, but I'm not the one holding it, so.
Yeah, I think we should like right into the center where like those glow rods are. You guys thinking that's where we should put this thing?
I suggest that we walk out, we set it on the ground next to it, and then everybody who is not comfortable being right next to it, get as far away as you wish. I can put it in, I'm not afraid.
Oh, big man over here. Okay.
Where's the hand been this entire time? I'm assuming it got small again, or has it been walking around giant like?
There hasn't been a giant hand that I know of.
I thought the hand got big during the last combat.
No, not at all. It started
okay.
glowing.
Oh, okay. But is the hand just been following along with us this whole time?
Yeah, you haven't noticed the hand actually.
Okay. Looking around, do I see it now?
Perception check. No obvious signs. Normally it would be on your shoulder or on your leg. So it's, you just now kind of realize that where did he go? But he's nowhere in sight from you.
Never a hand when you need one.
You're funny, Spud. I like you.
Shake my boot, jingles a little bit.
Oh, you take coin for jokes now?
Without the hand to guide, I suppose we could do our best in its place. I'll stand by with you, Adonis. Just in case.
Wonderful.
Time out. Is that mead going into a freaking horn?
Yes, it is.
Look at this motherfucker. Skull!
Skull.
Love it. I gotta up my game, son. Fuck all these vodka shots.
I was just doing some vodka stuff too.
It's all for the aesthetic.
Yeah, see, Sween's got a nice one too, man. I love your flagon. Nice.
Ooh.
Oh, that's nice because it actually you can set it down. I have to freaking put it in a holder.
Was after a long while, it was a little bit cheaper one, so it started cracking on the interior.
Mm.
They didn't seal it properly, so I had to stop using it to actually drink out of. Still cool on display though.
Oh.
Anyway, I want to be as far away from this thing as possible.
Yeah, I'm gonna back up as well. I set it down with Adonis, and then I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna back up. I mean, after we dropped it in that stairway, and we all felt funny, I'm not digging the vibes I'm getting from this thing.
All right, so Adonis is sticking around. You're gonna pick it up, is what I understand, and then Sween's
kind of nearby. Yep.
Tony, what's your choice?
Supervisor.
For what?
So they're gonna put this big thing on top of this. You kind of missed some of this, I suppose. So there's like a pillar that this thing that you guys believe is the arcane heart needs to go on, and they're about to set it on it. Do you want to be near it?
And when we dropped it in the hallway, we all felt,
I'll hang out.
We got concussed.
All right.
I'm scared.
So let's just do an old strength check. See if you can lift this baby up there. Adonis?
Before I do this, I look to Olin. Olin, do you remember when we gently cascaded down into the hole and you controlled us? Do you think you might be able to assist me as I lift this? In case it flies randomly or drops? Is there a way you might be able to use that magic?
I was on the verge of, unlocking some arcane secrets that might have done that. but I'm not quite there yet, unfortunately. So, no, I'm sorry.
Alrighty, old-fashioned it is then. Strength check.
Strength. Can you get this thing in there?
Let's go. Let's go. That was
Son of a bitch.
Can I help? I know it's a little late to say that.
Well, honestly, can you help? I think it's above your head. The pillar is taller than you.
I'm below it. I'm gonna help lift it up. I'm down. It's at my level.
Say,
get under it.
Well, isn't Wyvern kind of close?
Yeah, Wyvern's there. Or yeah.
I'm down.
Wyvern, help him out.
Roll strength.
Woohoo!
Fuck
yeah. One.
Love the natty ones tonight, boys.
I start walking over, and I'm like, all right, you know.
Before you have a chance to wander over, these guys attempt to pick this up, and as they do, it starts vibrating like crazy, and it falls. And I'll need Adonis, Sweeney, and Tony, who decided to hang out. Exius went over with the other rogue, I suppose, to make an intelligence saving throw, please.
Intelligence saving throw.
Aha! Is that good?
Oh, nice!
Ooh, we got a nat 20.
All right.
You guys kill me. All right, so the object falls again, and it does emit like a pulse of magic. And having somewhat be prepared for it, it doesn't seem to affect any of you, but the ball itself would still hasn't made it up to the top. You'd have to try again.
I come over and I help pick it up. Is that a strength?
We're doing like a 3-man lift here?
Sween, you said something?
Well, there's a point of contention I meant to, or not contention, something I meant to ask you about before the session about a spell that would have been really crucial right now. Or not crucial, but helpful potentially. It's wouldn't have made a difference, but since we're having such trouble, it would actually make a difference. Everything I've read says I can learn it as a wizard, except for the handbook itself. Everything references the handbook saying I can learn it, but the handbook doesn't list it as a spell. I was going to try to learn Enhance Ability. And every reference says wizards can know it, but for some reason so I was wondering how you rule that.
Are you asking me that when you leveled up, you wanted to take this?
Yeah, I wanted to take that. Yeah, but we never talked since last session.
I'd say
if you say
you
no,
guys...
I'll hold off till another level down the road. But
we'll talk about it.
Spell now. Yeah, I'll just
at this point, spell then. It looks to be. I see it in everything but wizard. On Beyond.
Yeah.
It's literally everything.
D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll talk about it. You show me the
That's
source
cool.
afterwards, and we'll go after it.
I think I'm going off a different wiki.
Yeah.
But.
All right.
I have an idea.
So
we could wrap rope around this and use the actual pedestal to pull it up on the opposite side until it rests in, then we can untie it.
I think with 3 guys we can do this.
Think we can lift it up?
Somebody's strength with advantage. Let's go.
Most with advantage.
Do you?
Oh, I know what happened, Joe.
Aaron.
I know why I kept pulling up in those lists.
Aaron.
Don't worry about it.
Your microphone is doing some weird shit. I don't know if you're like rubbing on something.
Oh no, it was worse.
Rubbing on.
Oh no.
Sorry.
Shit.
That's okay. Well, no, it's okay. So.
Well, it's advantage, so I rolled
13 is enough to do it. You're
time.
okay. You're okay. 13 doesn't.
3-man team, let's go.
So yeah, everyone files in this time, and it does start vibrating, and you manage to set it into the slot. And as you do so, the pulse that you had seen before emits itself, but it feels different, and it covers the entire span of this room. And as that happens, these pillars, that you'd seen above, and the ones near you, and the room, this entire room begins to glow. with arcane energy from these runes carved into the walls. The table that is to your the north. I'm just gonna say north. Fuck it. The big table is begins to light up, and these gears begin to move, and you feel like a rumble. And over from nowhere, you hear, "Hey, it looks like you guys pulled this off." You hear Bildrick over the PA system. "Hey, are you alive?" This, and it's kind of like a little fuzz, like a trucker.
I look around for the source of the sound. Is there like a specific spot that it's coming from, or is it just kind of like
It's like a PA
like
system.
a whole
so
general PA system?
yeah, I mean, it kind of feels like it's just coming in the room, like,
building.
you know.
Okay.
I look around. Are we alive?
Oh, buddy. You know, I ask myself that every day.
Well, no, he asked if we're alive after we just did something. Are we alive?
You know, let's.
Sween, is that directed to me or the players?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're alive. I mean, there's. Okay. Yeah. In fact, you're probably glad to be out of there. If the smell was atrocious.
Let's go talk to Billy D. See what he's saying. See what he sees.
To the jelly bean.
How's taste? Oh, start skittering.
Right. You guys are leaving? Okay. Everybody.
I make a comment about, you know, those runes were like really cool looking and everything, and maybe we should ask Billy about, you know, what they kind of like say and see what kind of like power they might have, unless it's just like a typical energize the Voltron kind of scenario.
As you guys are sitting around thinking, you know, having heard Bildrick ask if you were alive, and one more comes over. Come in. Hello. You've done it.
Can you hear us?
But yes. Who is this?
It's me. Who's this?
It's me.
Oh. Well, Matt.
Good to meet you. Are the others alive? Or who? Listen, I need you to do something while you're there. The table. Go to the table.
Scurry over the table.
I start walking over to the table too.
No, I'm over the table.
He'll start to give you instructions about this. If you're there, I need 4 of you to sit. And the table like looks a lot different now. So there's like some glowing things, and some of them look obviously like some buttons.
Is it this table?
Yep, the big table. Yep. So there's 4 seats.
I'll just plop myself there.
And so he's like, "Do you see the red button?"
Do we see
No.
the red button?
There's some obvious red buttons, like a lot of them.
Which one?
Right, that one.
I see a bunch of buttons.
Do not touch the red button.
Buttons? Like plural?
Right.
Okay. No red button.
And he says,
Don't.
At the same time, green, green, red, blue. But don't press the red button.
Did you say green,
Billy.
green, red, blue, but don't press the red?
Right. Wait.
So
green, or was it green, green, blue, blue, green, green, blue, green? That's what he says.
Billy, you're gonna have to come down here
What
and
did he
give
say
us
the
a
second time?
hand.
Green, green.
Maybe, you know, like your actual hand. Billy, just get the fuck down here, bud.
Are you saying that to me?
I'm saying it's a Billy, yeah.
Yeah, Bildrick is like, get down there. If you think I could have gotten down there, I would have went 259 years ago. But no, I've been 259 years ago. But no, I've been
Where's your little handy pal? I don't know, cousin it. Where is it?
Who knows? I've lost control of that years ago.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Are you prepared?
Green, green, blue, green.
Hold up.
Yes.
Do we each press green, green, blue, green on our own respective like consoles?
all at the same time. We have to
So wait.
activate the deflector shields.
The deflector shields? What? Are we fighting the Death Star?
What are we
Okay.
deflecting?
Wasn't it? Where is it?
Who knows? I've lost
Billy,
control of
you're
that years
really
ago.
leaving us in the dark here, pal. Oh boy.
So sitting at my
Are you prepared?
sitting at my little area, I just want to look down and try to get a layout of what's in front of me to see if I can associate it with what the hell he's telling me.
Yeah, I
fair
want
enough.
to see if there's like blue and green and red in front of me, or if it's like there's one blue, one red. Well, there's a lot of red, or like one blue, one green.
Yeah, there's
as
tons of
well.
red buttons. You guys go ahead and we'll do perception from all of you.
Oh yeah.
Whoever's taking seats.
I have a question. Mainly because I did take blind fighting. Does that make me effectively blind?
You can't see in the dark, but you can sense 10 feet in front of you, as if
So that doesn't
by
affect
some
just like
ordained skill. But just
that doesn't
as a heads up
affect my
here,
eyes.
Sween had already told me that he is keeping dancing lights out. So he has 3 of these little kind of light sources. And Sweeney can see a million miles in the dark, so I'm assuming he's keeping those to where you guys to help you guys see.
I was saying more in terms of a day-to-day. Did that actually make my character like blind, like he can't see shit?
No. You simply can't see in the dark.
Okay.
But in the light, even better, like in the light, like if there was somebody invisible next to you with blind sense, you would know that.
Okay.
Because you can sense these things. You
It
have
sounds like a
sensory
spider
sense.
sense. It sounds like a spider sense.
Dude,
Okay, I just wanted to.
Basically, badass.
You're basically Spider-Man. Holy shit.
I wanted to make sure I wasn't actually blind because looking at red and green or blue and green buttons would be really hard if I was. So
you guys are okay because there's oddly enough, as you look down in front of you, there are 2 green buttons, a red button, and a blue button.
So he said, Billy, you said press all of them at the same time.
No, in order, you fool. Who's in charge?
But at the same time. I thought
The
you were
4
in
of you
charge.
at the same time from each
We all
chair in this order.
all right, we all have these buttons. We just need to press green, green, blue, green, right?
Yes.
I thought there was a red in there.
No red. No touch red.
No red. So, I'm having a hard time seeing the console clearly. So instead of sitting down, I'm gonna actually stand up on the chair, so I can see what's going on here now.
Fair enough.
All right. So
to be honest, it's pretty obvious. There's some colored buttons in front of all of you. So, and they just happen to be in the right order almost.
On the count of 3,
Yes.
let's all press green, green, blue, green.
Yes.
Everyone follow?
Yeah.
Green, blue,
I
green.
follow. There's nowhere else to go. I guess. Let's do this. Let's boogie.
Do it.
So I need I don't know, guys, how you want to do this necessarily, but whoever's leading the cadence of counting, give me a performance check.
I got this. I start kind of like. Oh god. I hope it goes well first.
Eric, bombs.
All right. So I kind of
Eric,
I start
go.
kind of like drumming down like a beat, and I like count it down, kind of like in rhythm. And we just go boom, 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 boom.
Perfect. So as you do that, everyone seems to follow your instructions quite well, being inspired by your performance, feeling the beats. And as you do that, the console darkens, lightens, and everything vibrates. But you start to feel yourself rise. Like something's going on, like this, whatever level you were on is coming out of the ground. Bildrick is, you've done it! Quickly, to the control room, come to me!
Do we press the red buttons now?
Don't touch the red button!
I just pick Olin up, and I'm like, all right, we're going.
First I try to avoid that.
Is this a contested pickup?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I just kind of like say, Olin, and I reach, but if he jumps out of the way, it's like, all right, whatever.
If you're going for him, actually, go ahead and I'll just do a Dex versus Dex save, I guess. Or you could do acrobatics. Sween, you could do acrobatics or athletics if you want, but for you, go ahead and make a...
I mean, regardless of his own safety, he's gonna like react to the point where he would fall off the chair to avoid being picked up.
That's fair enough. so he definitely avoids you.
Yeah, that's fine. It was just, I'm like, no red buttons. And, I kind of reach for him, and he moves out of the way, avoiding the red buttons. That's fine.
If Sween, if indeed you did fall off the chair, if that's how you're all playing it, I would like you to make go ahead and make a freaking athletics or acrobatics out of the way.
Okay. There it is.
Yeah, so you tumble backwards, and it's not very far, so you fall back on your back, but your legs are up in the air, and as you do that, 4 gold coins drop to the ground next to you.
Okay.
Oh shit, my bad. Yeah, damn. Find Bildrick now.
Yes, we should.
Makes
No
sense.
more of your tomfoolery.
Tomfoolery? I know a guy named Tomfoolery.
Of course.
He was pretty cool.
So,
To the
as
stairs.
we make our way back, Olin being a little bit irritated with Adonis laughing, is going to use prestidigitation to just make this odd odor start drifting up out of his armor, just like wafting up into his face.
Awesome, Adonis. You're a little ripe. You're not sure what to do.
That slime must have. Oh. Nice shit. Like
All
hitting
right.
herself. Just
Olin,
quietly.
chuckle, just behind you.
So, as you guys, just a heads up real quick. So in this particular room, you guys are moving out, no problem. It's well lit. Things are humming. There's still this kind of vibration, and you notice that everything seems to be strengthening itself. However, you're not sure how to get back up.
Oh.
The stairs are blocked, aren't they?
The stairs
Yeah.
themselves are blocked going up.
Yeah.
So you have
We came in through a
20-foot.
hole.
You have to look up to this 20-foot hole at this point. So you guys need to figure out. That's where you're at. You're staring.
How
Say-
tall is everyone?
Not 20 foot.
I'm 6'2", and I just actually picked up expertise, and I use it for acrobatics.
Do we want
so
to
I
stand
get
on
double
each other's shoulders?
proficiency. No, I'm gonna jump up like a goddamn ninja master.
20 feet.
20 feet.
I
Guess
don't know.
so.
I look and
ahead.
I like, it's just like there's no wall. It's not like a tunnel coming down. It's just a straight drop, right?
It's a caved-in floor, 20 feet above you. Sand is softly trickling, if most, but it's well lit above.
Okay. I look around and I ask, all right, who's the strongest one of you?
Not me.
It's never wise to toot your own horn. So
Nah, that ain't it. Who's the freaking strongest? There's a push-up competition right now. I need to know.
Push-up
If you'd
competition?
like, you can roll insight on the party.
I'm asking the party, guys,
I got you.
I need to
No
know
one's
who's
answered
the
yet.
strongest.
I start doing push-ups with him.
yeah, I'll start doing
Olin
push-ups.
being much closer to your guys' face level now, Olin will come up and to you, Relic, like, while you're doing your push-ups. Relic, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you found a very intriguing rope with magical properties. Might that be
Did
of
I?
assistance here?
As we're doing push-ups.
Yep, while you're doing push-ups.
One-handed.
Definitely I definitely let
like
it get to the
one-handed,
point where
he's
you
like
guys are
looking
doing
in
the
his bag.
push-ups before asking this.
Does Relic smell my fucking odor as he's trying to perform push-ups?
Does that give him
No,
a
it's
disadvantage?
literally just wafting directly up to your face.
Oh, just straight to my
Right
nose.
here.
Doesn't even remotely
No one else
affect me.
smells it. Yep.
Smelled worse.
That smelled worse.
You ever burn shit?
Ugh.
Friction.
Friction.
Okay. Oh shit. I can tell that motherfucker to tie its own knots. In specific intervals. That's a little ridiculously precise. So I'm gonna keep doing push-ups so until I can't do any more against him.
Right,
And
so it's
I
the 1v1
noticed that,
push-up comp.
I
You
noticed
guys have
that,
They're having a push-up competition.
that like Olin is like, you know, asking about the magic rope. And I'm like, oh, that makes so much more sense. And I let Relic and Adonis keep doing their push-ups, and I looked to the rest of the group, and I'm like, do we have anything we can tie to the end of this?
Yeah, just
throw
kind of.
up there.
No, you don't even have to do that. While I'm still doing push-ups, and he's trying to like look at it and figure out what the fuck he's doing, I just tell it to tie itself at the top.
Yeah, nice.
So as Relic is doing push-ups,
And I make it do knots in intervals so everybody can climb up easier.
beautiful.
So, like,
This rope slithers out of his pouch and attaches itself above, and somehow like ties itself into a series of rope knots, which seem to be a foot apart. Wyvern, before you're gonna look, and Donis, I need you to both make athletics check. See who wins this bad boy.
I looked at Olin, and I say, I got, what do I got? I got 3 gold pieces
That's
on,
the wrong one.
I say, I got 3 on Relic.
Yeah, 4
Not
on
that.
that.
Was that me that just rolled that?
That was
That was
an
an
Arcana.
Arcana, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Mental
Good.
push-ups.
There we go.
So you guys are both keeping pace. I think at some point, Wyvern, you start to realize your armor's probably pretty fucking heavy.
Yeah, I guess I forgot to take that shit off.
After watching Adonis pump out about 100 push-ups, you do eventually.
Well, I just give up and say I forgot about my armor, and that's why he did more. That's all. And I start climbing and totally disregard anybody's comments about it.
And I don't remember who like fed on who, but I take out 3 gold piece, and I'm like, well, shit.
Was there a wager?
I said one.
I think it was against Wyvern for Wyvern. And I did 4
I-
on it.
Well, then, whose fault is that for betting on the moron that's wearing armor doing push-ups?
There's a reason
I
Nolan
just,
kept his mouth shut.
Yeah, so I bet 3. So I'll I guess you get 3 and I'll lose 3.
To be fair, if I did take it all off, we'd be here all day for me to put it back on and everything. So.
Right?
While you guys are doing this, Exy just is leaning against like a pillar, just shaking his head in like shame and disgust about what's going on in front of him. And then
he probably also has some foul memories of this floor here.
Yeah, probably.
Oh yeah.
He
And then
proceeds to climb the rope. So Exy makes his way up.
I follow him.
I just gotta stand up, brush my shoulders, give a little flex. I'm just like, it's all fun and games.
Are you the last one down there though, right? Or is Sweeney still there?
I was gonna wait.
I heard him. I just didn't say anything.
Okay. So whoever went up first makes it no problem. Exius follows him. No problem. You arrive on the next floor. Those two.
I'll climb up.
Yeah. All right.
Really?
And you make it right to the top.
I'd like to try an experiment, if you'd be so kind. I will wait at the bottom and then hold onto the rope and have you try to summon it up and see if it will pull me with it.
Oh shit.
Oh, that'd be some good information. I like it.
I don't know. It's so descriptive. I might have something in there for it. Your first command.
I climbed the
I don't
rope.
remember seeing the description for that, so I couldn't tell you.
Blah 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 blah. And it coils itself. Blah blah.
Would it be?
I don't know.
though, to carry it?
Fuck it. Might as well.
Yeah, it's-
Hold on.
Yeah. So are you the last one up? Yeah.
that was
It
the
pulls.
intention.
It pulls you up with ease. After he speaks the command word, you're holding it, and zoop,
Noted.
it almost felt weightless.
Noise.
All right, you guys have all made it to back. to
Coils
the
itself
stand
back
room.
up into my bag.
We're gonna take a little time out. We'll come back and we'll make our way to the rest of the place. Cool. I'll be right back.
Ooh-wee.
And that rope is awesome.
Yeah.
That would've
Definitely
been
gonna have to
really
remember
fun
that it
last
pulls you up.
Yeah, that worked.
In case we come across any like bronze statues or anything that we want to hawk.
So yeah. So when we were in the fight against the gelatinous cube, unfortunately Joe was piloting you, and I tried to yaw in the middle of combat to use the rope because Adonis was in the middle of the cube.
Oh yeah.
Devoured more or less. So I was gonna like throw the rope and have it go in there and tie itself around him, and then we could pull him back out. But
It's got hit points and shit too.
Exactly. Well, it's also magical, so hopefully it wouldn't be affected by the acid.
Right.
So maybe it would.
Fuck, that's an idea.
Points, but yeah, that was my idea, and then Joe just had you bull rush the fucking cube, and then we almost lost you. I was like, what the fuck, man? Come on.
Man down.
A wizard had a rope tied around himself and was about to dive into the cube with the potion. Like, I knew I was going to be unconscious, but I was going to get in there and give someone a potion and then have them maybe get out while someone pulled my limp body back out. Because our healer was inside the cube, too. There was no healing.
Oh, no.
Finally, Forrest had a clutch healing word that I think got you up.
Who put Joe in charge of me?
It just kind of, I think Dean had you for a little bit, but then when we later, halfway through the session, Joe took control for some reason. I think Dean was having trouble with Discord or with Roll20 or something, so Joe just took over.
I got it all running, by the way. I put the links in the Discord.
I saw those, yeah. For your stream.
Mm-hmm. It'll look better once I have a little bit of time to mess with it.
Yeah, just like clean it up and edit it and stuff.
Mm-hmm. It's not too bad.
Yo, so like level 3 for a bard, holy shit, I gained like 3 new skills like that I'm proficient in. I get cutting words. I like some extra spells. I don't know, man. I just feel OP now. Oh, and like expertise, I get double proficiency.
Those are nice. Expertise are amazing.
Yeah, and for that one I chose acrobatics and survival.
That wizard really doesn't hit too much.
Rip.
I got like 2 level 2 spells, but so do you.
Yeah.
I think so. So oddly enough, wizards. It's one of the few classes, or actually, I think it's the only class. You choose your subclass basically at level 2 instead of level 3. So, yeah, stuff starts to kick off from there. So you get a few things at level 2, but much at 3.
Do we get... There's a book that comes with this? Like what? I can add the hit die and stuff. I don't think that it automatically levels itself up, does it?
Are you using the Charactermancer? Or are you just
oh yeah, I can do that on the D20 side, huh?
Yeah, the Roll20 has the Charactermancer, where it'll just do the automatic stuff. If you don't have any of the books on there, though, it's missing a lot of the content that you would fill in. Like, I think I tried to do a cleric through it once, and it didn't have much for cleric at all. So, at this point, I just do it all manually.
Multi-classing gets really fucking weird on that thing sometimes, too. Yeah. It doesn't handle it very well. I was somehow, I was trying to do it with one of my guys I was making, and it just got really fucking wonky when I went to my 3rd class.
Joe, did you say last time when you were playing kind of like for me, like rolling for me, that when I leveled up to 3 that you did the hit points for me?
I don't believe I did anything for your character that I know of. You are, what's your hit die, D8?
Yeah, I have 3. I know I have 3 hit die, but I mean for like my hit points.
Well, no, well, I'm just trying to do the math. So you would, essentially you would have started with 8 plus whatever const is. So that's what?
Con is 1.
So you'd have had 9 hit points, and then 2 more levels on top of that at D8s each. So if you have more than 29, then something's wrong. You know what I mean? Like, do you have mid-20s?
Right, okay, so like start at 9 and then 2d8. I'm at 18.
Yeah.
Because I doubt I would have rolled an 8
that seems
for
fair, man.
like my level 2.
I won't go in and do things to your character sheet while you're gone. I did look them all over to see if you guys, because some of you had missed some things that would have helped you out in the long run. I was going to tell you too. I was looking at it earlier, and I know you leveled up, but you get expertise.
I put that in there.
level. And did you?
I have expertise. Or I put it for acrobatics and survival.
I was just going to show you. So we have to choose 2, right?
Oh, is there a way to do it on the actual skills?
Yep. So if you go to your options, your character sheet, and then you click the little core bio spells gearbox, you'll see that there's in the middle there's your all your skills, and you can click from normal and go to expertise on those. So you get to choose 2, you can go to expertise on, and it'll roll them for you that way.
Okay, dope.
That way you just have to choose 2 that you're already proficient in, or 1 that you're not in. I think. Read whatever the fuck it says. Which is kind of crazy. You guys get jack of all trades and fucking expertise. Let's go bards.
Fuck yeah.
I should play a dope bard. That'd be a badass bard. It's on my list. We'll see if any more games I get in my life. Like, this will be the last one. My buddy Tim has... Yeah.
Never mind.
Ooh.
Okay. I was going to say, my buddy has had like him and a group of his friends have had like a 8 or 9 year Pathfinder game going once a month for, it's like a 5-6 hour session. He has to drive to Montrose for it. I'm like, I'm so jealous. I can't show up in person for a badass D&D game once a month. Let's go.
That'd be awesome.
I have a cool little table at the house, by the way, if you guys ever come over and do some dumbass one-shots or something.
Hell yeah.
Little in-persons from my local peeps.
If only I could. But I can't. I live in Nebraska.
Hey, it's not that long of a drive.
Rip.
Did Josh... Is he okay? Did he dip for any particular reason?
His phone was overheating. He put it in the chat, in like the Roll20 chat.
Oh yeah.
My bad. That's the hardest one to watch as a DM. But I have to look at it for fucking dice rolls all the time. Oh, he's good. Okay. Yeah. So, man, this has been pretty nice. No maps. I'm trying to do with no maps. I felt like I had to have a map for everything. I'm like, I really don't need fucking maps. We're okay.
And especially if we're in a giant Voltron and like we're all kind of like going back and forth through the same through the same rooms.
Yeah, I figured with this time especially because we're literally just marching back up, you know. You. What's up, big fellow too? Yeah, you're back in. You guys ready to roll?
Let's swap this shit over to my computer. So.
Oh, nice. Okay. If everybody's back, you guys have arrived on the sandy floor, where you had previously expunged some crabs.
I look around to see if there's still any like crab pieces and to like pick one up and eat it.
You would have to make the trek, but yeah, there's a bunch of dead crab. It's a day and a half old, probably. It's a little sus.
I use the cantrip prestidigitation and kind of like cook it.
A little tiny flame. Okay.
Cook it up a little bit.
Cook it. Are you eating it?
Yes.
Yeah, make a Constitution save.
Oh boy. Constitution.
Yeah, you It's not the best crab you've ever had. You stomach it. No real side effects that you can tell.
I've had better in Hawaii.
All right, guys, what are we doing?
I say so. We should probably go find Bildrick, that Billy D guy.
As you say that, the Bildrick comes over the intercom. Oh, where are you guys? Are you here yet? Quickly.
We're trying.
There he is. Yeah, so I guess we just keep moving.
Cool.
Any opposition?
You guys make it back to the initial,
Oh, sorry.
okay. The initial, building you were in, the little tower. You guys make your way upstairs. Without much trouble. You did notice on the way out the side pit as you're heading back to this little, starting tower, the earth is trimmering, and the sands look like they actually are waves, like sound waves, and it's kind of it's a very bizarre scene, something that none of you quite sure what the fuck's going on, but it's pretty wild to see. But you don't feel threatened necessarily, it's just pretty crazy. So you guys make it upstairs. You guys just jumping into Bildrick's little room up there?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you guys find yourself now in this bizarre room, and it looks quite different. It's well lit. All these arcane rune things you had seen have come to a point. There are 5 pillars in front of you. Bildrick's kind of in this center hub, and there are these 5, what do we call them? Hues, pillars. Each now that is lit. And Bildrick's very excited, from what you could tell by his voice. You've done it! You've done it! Are we ready? I think she's got just enough
Billy.
more juice.
What are we doing? You gotta give us a little more before we can tell you if we're ready or not.
It's time. It's time to show you what the Plank Walker can do.
Plank Walker.
We must move through this gate. You've powered her up. It's ready.
All right.
Let's go.
Yeah. Let's see what you got.
This is like an Exodius moment right here.
So Bildrick now is standing. The six of you are all facing. There's 5 of these pews, and he starts to give directions. So there's 1 in the center. There's 2, and then 2 more. And he says, "Who will work their legs? Those 2 on the outsides."
I got some funky dance moves. I can move my left foot.
Great, take the right one. And he points through this thing to the right pillar. And you stand there, and there's a lever. Looks like a joystick.
I start moving it back and forth.
Don't touch it yet. As you do that, though, literally some crazy shit starts going on, and everyone, it's affecting someone. Yeah. Don't touch it yet. I haven't explained it.
Okay.
Who's on the other one? I need another leg. He points to Brady, but the other tower. Who's got that one?
I'll take it.
All right. You are now on the left leg pillar, and the other is the right leg. All right. There's 2 more. It says the arms will need strength. We have to punch through this wall.
Justice is often befitting of the right hand.
Puts you on the right. Quickly.
I look and I'm like, wait, he gets his own, he gets the hand that he chose. I have a good left leg and I'm on the right foot. What the fuck?
Whoops. Sorry.
If no one else is volunteering, Nexius will make a motion and he will take over the other pillar. Now all that's left is the center pillar.
I'm walking towards the center.
Perfect. Sweeney,
Am I tall enough?
as you approach it, this is a very bizarre thing. As you each approach and place Bildrick will tell you, place your hands on them. And as you do so, the pillars adjust. And now it is the proper height for you and everyone. It's very bizarre. And everyone has a stick or a button. That's it. So 2 of you, 4 of you have, Sween, you have the one button actually, and everyone else just has
I have a button.
levers. So there's 4 levers and a button.
Is it red?
And no, it's not red. It's
Okay.
it's just a button. Josh, you got some feedback going on, man.
I do.
I don't know. Yeah, it's like a vibrating
Sounds like a
noise.
fan.
Could be a tattoo. Maybe a
Sounds
fan.
like a
Could be
fan
a
or
fan.
something vibrating.
That's it.
Is there a fridge kicking on under the desk?
It might be.
He's
I
so
don't know why it would be
stupid.
able to.
Okay, well, it's bearable. It's there. Okay.
Oh man.
All right. And Bildrick looks at Wyvern and says, "Hold on," and he points to like some weird like jump chairs. Sweet. Now Bildrick, you kind of sorry, give me a second on this. He assumes this within this weird bubble. You see him assume this stance, and he puts his hands out and his legs out, and the mass that he's in starts to move in a weird way. You know, it's like a wavelength thing. His hand appears through the portal and quickly dashes and looks both ways, and then runs and gets into one of the jump seats. And as you do this, he yells to the 2, "Arms and legs together! Pull!"
Did you say
He hollers to pull on these 2 levers. I'm just gonna
Can
assume
you say arms and legs together?
Yes, this is what he says. And so you guys, unless anyone tests, you guys pull on the levers. And the skull that you're in, like, it opens up and the 2 eye holes rise above the landscape, and the head lifts up and everything is shaken, and the arms push you up out of this thing, and all of a sudden your vision of the landscape is increasing as you guys realize now that you're in the skull of this giant skeleton, and it stands above the landscape.
Oh my god, you guys were in a Voltron!
Nearly as tall as the this gate, which isn't really a gate necessarily, but it's a rock formation that looks as it's been like magically sealed. And you guys rise above the landscape into this giant skeletal fortress.
Oh my god. You're gonna have to give me a few minutes. Wow. I'm still not wearing any pants, and I'm just having a moment right now, guys.
So yeah, this image here is what you guys have been in. It's basically a giant skeletal fortress of Bildrick Creation. This is the Plankswalker. So now we've got to bash through. Bildrick, rise! And he's a level of excitement. He's like, "She walks again."
I look at him and I'm like, "What's her name?"
It's the Plankswalker. Plankwalker.
PW, I got it.
This is the greatest invention. I enlarged the skeleton of my friend Crom. And he...
Well, it sounds like that's his name is Crom.
Was at the point. All right, we need to fight through, and he instructs both of you. We'll use everything we've got. Do it in sync together, and whoever's on controls. So it'd be legs and arms. You guys gonna have to coordinate this. You need to hit him with the same deal.
I start doing like a little drum beat again, kind of like for timing. Is that performance?
Yeah, throw that performance down. You keeping everyone in cadence here.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, no, it's good enough, man. Like, everyone's got a good idea for your rhythm. On people on my arms, need you to make a strength check. This. I feel like, what's his face? Let's do 20. Yeah, it's good. So this throughout the front of this skull, these two giant window openings, you see these two fists rear and punch this giant wall. And the wall shakes and rock goes flying everywhere. But it doesn't break. And so now it kind of steps back. A little further back than you would. It's like, we need the legs into it. So I need the legs people to roll some dexterity, please.
A dex save?
Just a dex roll.
My bad.
Good. 10's good. So this thing starts to creep forward. And he yells to Olin. He's like,
Oh shit.
boost it! And he, if you hit this button, I need you to make an intelligence roll.
Were you hitting the button?
I hit a button.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
save.
a save. Don't
Yep.
curse it.
Oh, wait, I'm on the wrong side. There we go.
Yeah, that works. This as he hits this button, and the two leg things boost, and the two arm things boost, and he says, "Hit it again!" And I'll need both the arm people to make strength checks with advantage.
All right.
I start playing like the Rocky song.
Was my other arm? Was X the other arm?
Yeah,
Yes.
So, this thing. Oh, it's an advantage. Thank God. Hold on.
Well, yeah.
Don't fuck me, dice. Let's go, baby.
Oh,
Yes!
thank God.
Thank God!
I was waiting for the one.
I know.
Oh, thank God.
Fucking screw me. So this time these pillars bow up, and the one fist comes through and smacks it dead center, shatters it quite a bit, and followed right behind that is this giant freaking cross. It just boom, and this giant rock wall explodes in front of you guys. And you begin to make your way down this tunnel. It's a giant valley, and the mist that had taken over the wasteland that you guys had crossed for hundreds of years is still present as you come walking over. So it's a giant dark valley filled with like this purple, deathly mist.
Purple
Bildrick College says, "It's still present. We must move hastily." And I'll need some dexes from the legs.
Oh, oops.
Yeah, we'll take that first one. No problem.
Oh yeah.
Looks like you got the right leg down pretty well.
Yeah. Who's my other leg?
Oh, triangle through.
Oh, not this Eric. Oh, Eric banged this thing. Yeah, so this thing takes off and starts moving at a crazy pace. And you can see ahead of you. I'm going to describe this view. So there's a mesa with a valley filled with this dark mist. And as soon as the gate had opened, like this mist starts to settle into the world, like as if a lake was draining. And ahead of you, you see
is it like seeping? Is it like seeping out to like the
just think of a
outside
gas
world?
like a gas settling. Like you guys are in this giant thing. It's hundreds of feet tall, right? And it looks over these cliffs. I mean, that's how big this thing is. And so you're kind of looking down on the tops of these mesas, and you see this purple fog, and the purple fog seems to be like dropping itself, even though you're walking through it. But ahead of you on the horizon is a vast green valley, and to the north, your left, you see a range of mountains that sit atop of this mesa, way far away, and it's dark and stormy. You can just tell that there's this terrifying presence. You're not how far away it is, but ahead of you, giant green, and then as you look off to the right, you see a vast nothingness. So the landscape for sure heads to the west. Mountains to the north, and this creature that you guys are in, this construct essentially, comes barreling through this cannon, and then it's going to fall as it breaks through. And it gets tripped up somehow, and it comes to flying down and smashes into the ground. Everyone just go ahead and make some dexterity saving throws.
My bad, I rolled disadvantage. Get that right. Oh, ooh.
Oh. With advantage, so you gotta roll 3 times. You get a 5.
Yeah, take what you want from all that. Because
there's no way you're getting rewarded for actually rolling 2 more times before you roll that 20. Oops! Oh, I got one finally. So
I mean, oops.
I think technically it's a 7 for me.
Either way, you failed, so it doesn't really. Listen, it's how bad you fail. This is the beauty of it. So this you guys are in this room, and you just see out of these 2 giant skull eye sockets, Earth rapidly approaching, and this thing smashes down hard. And it's for Anakos, Olin, you guys are well enough to make this, and you brace yourself, do a little tossing around, and manage to save yourself. Adonis,
share that button.
Relic, and Eric, you guys slam. I mean, you go flying across the room, slam into the wall, and you each take 1d10 force damage. Yeah, go ahead. You guys roll if you want. You guys like to roll.
Hooray!
Nice 9.
Rip.
Hey, another natty 1. You are the natty 1 king tonight, dude. Are you kidding me? It's good and sometimes a good, sometimes a shit.
Sometimes it's good, sometimes maybe shit. I'll take that.
Fuck, boom. So this, bam! Some of you go flying into the wall. The other one, held on with, in the jump seat, you just brace yourselves and pow, dust flies everywhere.
I think we could have landed a little better.
As the dust settles, it's light. There's light because the skull is cracked, so you see light coming in through. But it's very dusty and somewhat dark. The light is illuminating Bildrick in the center of this room in this bizarre red orb.
Bildrick, are you alive?
Yes, I believe so.
I'm not feeling like I want to be right now.
His capsule is still intact.
I hate to be the obvious one here, but what tripped us up? What caught us? What stopped us?
Who knows? Rocks, I assume, or your mishandling of my ingenious invention. Either way, we made it.
So,
we're here.
Where is here, Bildrick? Where the fuck are we?
I don't necessarily know what they call it nowadays. It's been quite some time.
No, that doesn't sound good.
Get my notes out. Yep, there we go. So he says, "There's no time to waste. Nirzat is here somewhere, and he could destroy the world again, like he did 300 years ago. I must find him."
No.
I asked, if he destroyed the world, how are we here?
Listen, the world you knew. This was the only place we were able to protect. This is where we fought him off. And you would know that this waste for 300 years was a massive amount of the world. From your perspective. I mean, you're not 300 years old. How old are you?
I'm only like 20, 30 something.
20. So your entire life, you've known that this,
Okay.
half of your continent was uninhabitable.
Gotcha. I am 35. Yeah, gotcha.
So, and I just this out there before we had done a little back history too. You guys know that there was this battle 300 years ago. You didn't really know the details of it. This was like rumors and books. You would know this because you're maybe a bard. You read some of this,
Okay.
But no one knows quite what happened or the specifics of it. Do you know that there was a giant battle between these things? So Bildrick now, he's like, we must save them all. You must let me out.
You mean they cut open his little tube?
What was that?
Do we need to cut open his little cave thing?
Yeah, he says this phylactery. This is Nirzat's phylactery. I'm in it.
I
As long as it exists, he will never die.
I look at Adonis and Relic, and I take out the siege breaker, and I say, either of you want to use this?
I assume we both say yes at the same time.
All right. Here's how you're gonna do it: rock, paper, scissors.
Boulder, parchment, shears.
I mean, if he really wants to, I'm the medic. I'll hang back.
There's no such thing as rock, paper, scissors in D&D. Get that straight for us.
I apologize, but
Boulder, parchment, shears.
Boulder, parchment, shears.
Noob.
Yeah, I'll always like breaking shit.
Are you
All
forcing
right,
these
so
people?
I hand the siege hammer to Relic then.
Really?
Fine.
Or no, I'm sorry.
See who fucking
Adonis.
wins now.
No, I'm joking. I'm sorry. To Adonis, my apologies.
No retcon that shit.
We need to save the medic.
Pull fucking rules on me.
Here you go, Relic. Psych!
Adonis.
I don't know what's going on now.
Adonis has
I
the
do.
hammer.
I'll take a swing.
Olin has the
I'm
hammer
kidding,
now.
I'm
Okay.
kidding.
I don't think anybody really does.
I don't think I can
No,
lift that thing.
That'd be hilarious. Watch,
So,
like just
are we
like
just
watching
meant
that.
to crack you out of this? Or is there some other way we can get you out?
I never thought that far ahead. But I need to
crack
get
at it
out.
then. Okay.
I look at
someone
Adonis
break
and I start swinging there, big boy.
All right.
Yeah, you can go ahead and give it a. What's the rule on that bad boy? It's an attack plus a.
It is +1 bonus to attack and then additional 2d4 bludgeoning.
There's something about breaking doors too.
Yeah, it's a very specific purpose for this thing.
You also have
Yeah.
advantage on strength checks made to break open doors while wielding this weapon.
So,
That's the greatest weapon of all time. Are you serious? That's what it does? Let's go.
You get
it.
the door
Wish I
breaker.
could use that.
And in the right hands, this is the best thing. Yeah, so you can give her a big old whack, man.
all right.
Just roll damage. Let's go damage.
Okay. Well,
So you're hitting an object.
here's the
Yeah,
thing.
it's not gonna try to defend itself.
So, additional 2d4
Normally, at
off.
least.
So if you two-hand it, it's versatile, remember?
Yeah.
I think we added it to your character sheet.
We'll find out.
It's in the journal info.
It's in the journal, but it's not on my character sheet. It's just
Right.
I'm pretty sure it's a drag and dropper from the actual compendium, if you want.
drag and drop into the fucking character sheet. What's it called? Siege Breaker.
Maybe not. It's okay. Just roll damage, buddy. Roll an attack. A D20
Just roll a d20. Alright.
with your strength and your proficiency.
Strength.
I mean, since you could just roll a goddamn trident attack, it's the same thing. It's versatile, right?
Yeah,
Damage is the
I'll just
same.
roll a
Just
trident.
give me a 2-hit, buddy. 2-hit, however you want to do it.
Oh, it's the hit. Sorry. I didn't roll damage. And then it's a 2d4 added onto that.
That's.
I'm kind of
That's- yeah.
Listen, So
That's when you hit an object.
+1, 2d4 +1.
So
And advantage.
So roll
But that
2d4.
it's not a door. Never mind.
not a door. So I'll try. I'll roll.
I mean, to Bildrick, it might be.
So 13, 14.
+1, 14. Yep, yeah, 14. So you smash this thing with the siege breaker, and it like vibrates. It's not solid glass. It's like a gelatinous substance. And Bildrick on the inside goes, whoa, whoa, and you see him like spazzing out because he's in this weird jelly inside of a jelly bean.
Hey, Bard.
He's like, baby, poke it.
What's up?
How about a sick rap for this?
What kind you feeling, boss?
Just like a quick limerick. Something to get my jimmies in a wrestle.
Ooh, wrestle the jimmies. Oh. Alright. Oh man.
So instead
oh,
of using the siege hammer, when he starts ramping, I'm gonna whip out my trident and stab this thing.
Alright. I'm not coming up with anything off the top of my head, but I'm gonna give performance inspiration. Could I do that?
Bardic inspiration?
Yeah. I'll sing some sick shit, and I'll give him
Oh, yeah.
a point of my bardic inspiration.
It's an additional D4.
Yeah, it looks like a D6.
Additional D6.
I'm gonna stab the shit out of this thing.
All right.
Yeah, D6.
Oh, okay. And then we'll just roll a D6. Why are my rolls absolute shit?
Yeah, not bad. So this trident strongly pierces this shell that Bildrick's in, and as you do that, it tears open quite a bit, and this liquid starts to drain out. And as you're watching this, Bildrick eventually slides out. He's absolutely butt naked.
Oh, that is unholy.
And he gasps, he breathes after he chokes up this stuff, and he immediately looks to the left and looks to the right. And
It reminds me of amniotic fluid.
yeah, very much so. It does. He's where are my clothes?
Bildrick, or not Bildrick, Owen immediately starts taking out the jute sack. Well, here. Sure, this'll do in a pinch.
Bildrick, oh, you found my sack! And he puts it on, and he kind of adjusts it, and it fits him really well. You know, he's about the same height as Owen, maybe a little shorter. Now that you guys can see Bildrick, he's green-skinned almost. He looks sickly, terrifyingly sickly, but youthful. But, you know, I mean, as youthful as a gnome looks, that's 300-something natural years old.
And sickly.
Yeah, just a sickly green. And he,
I just don't understand that. Healthy and sickly, yes.
I never
Well, I
quite
guess-
understood when people told me that I needed to get more sun. Looking at you, I'm kind of starting to see where they come from.
he goes to Tagi, and he ralphs up this, like, amniotic flip.
I've had nights like that.
My things. And as you're doing this, his hand comes wandering up, and he looks at it. He says, "Ah, ha ha!" And he puts his wrist down to fist bump his hand, and the hand reattaches itself to his hand. So that hand that had been following you guys around now is back on Bildrick in his possession.
Billy, you got some funny party tricks there, bud.
Thank you. Yeah. He goes, Bildrick's going to explain this. This is a really tough one from an RP at this point, but Bildrick literally explains at this point that this thing that he was in was a phylactery. And if you guys don't know what a phylactery is what keeps a lich. It traps a lich's soul. And he'll explain all this to you. That Nirzat actually had become a lich, and he had helped him create this creature, but basically stabbed him in the back, and they had a duel, and this guy presumably killed Bildrick, left him on the other side of the wall, and like thought the remnants of the battle had wiped everything out, but really, essentially, like, they were able to stop it. But somehow this evil lich has escaped into this new part of the world, and Bildrick needs to track him down and kill him. And the problem is he has 5 phylacteries. This was one of those 5. He was able to somehow use part of Bildrick's soul and part of his soul to make this little phylactery. That's how they powered this whole thing. So anyhow, the brunt is Bildrick is leaving to head to find this evil lich that was once his friend. There are 5 other phylacteries that must be destroyed before Nerzat can actually die.
So you're saying, Bildrick, this is like Megazord Kaiju battle with Harry Potter Horcruxes?
Odin looks at Eric like he's speaking another fucking language.
Bildrick
I
looks
concur.
agrees. Bildrick looks absolutely like he knows exactly what you're saying. And he, yes, I too enjoy Christmas trees. And he winks at you.
This guy knows. Guys, that's gonna be rough, but we gotta practice our walking skills with Voltron, it looks like.
Voltron? Yes, I'm not sure what you're talking about. I must leave. I must go and find him.
How
I
can
need your
we...
help.
So, like, will you tell us when you find the other ones? And we can come in with Voltron here and, like, stomp them up and get rid of them?
By Voltron, do you mean the Plankswalker?
Voltron, PW, yeah, whatever you want to call her.
Bildrick will crawl out of the opening and look around. When he hollers back, he's like, I don't think she'll be moving anytime soon. Then drops back down.
Get this straight. What he was within was one of the phylacteries.
Correct.
That's one of 5, or that was the 6th one, and there are 5 remaining.
1 of 5.
1 of 5. So that
Okay,
one's done. So now there's 4 remaining.
4 phylacteries remaining.
Okay, 4 phylacteries
Okay.
remaining.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering about that, too.
Yep, that's okay. So essentially, yeah. So this lich, this is an old wizard friend of Bildrick's who has become a lich, and now he is somewhere in this new world. And I say new world, I mean it's literally just a land that's been sealed off for so long, so you really don't know what's been happening over here. But Bildrick's literally asking you, he says, to help him find these phylacteries.
I thought you just said you were going to go find them yourself.
Well, he's going to go out and look for them.
Well, of course we'll help you. Like, what good is a Voltron if you're not going to have, like, a Voltron fight? I just don't understand.
Is there a way for us to
I also concur.
communicate with you if we find one? Or is there a way you're going to reach out to us if you find one?
Bildrick's eyes.
Presumably, you want help with this endeavor, or are you just doing this on your own and we've done our part?
I got this nifty little stone here that he can hold on to. He can talk to us through it.
Ascending stones. You kept them.
Why not?
My good man. And he walks over and holds his hand out.
I gave him one.
This is perfect. Excuse me for 1 second. And Bildrick will truck through the portal. He comes back seemingly instantaneously, and he's dressed. And you see this bizarre gnome. He's wearing like long leather, almost like like a tunic, but it's more like a workshop thing. It's got tools attached to it.
Like an apron?
Yeah, like an apron. It's leather, and he's got, he's obviously got this big eyepiece reticle that he's had. And now he's wearing a bizarre pointy hat. And the other thing he says, so he comes back fully dressed, very odd-looking character, Says, well then, now that we can speak, I'd best be off. Please, I brought you here with purpose to help find these and help me defeat Nerzat once and for all. I chose you specifically. If you have no other questions, I'll be
I have
on.
so many questions.
I can assume this is a rough part of the game. Go ahead.
No, like it's just like my character. He's just like,
Fire away.
fuck. So you're like, you say you gave us information, but we just need to look for like 4 more phylacteries. But where do we even start?
It's been 300 years. I don't know where to start, but I must assess the situation. I intend on traveling and figuring out what the fuck is going on. That's literally what he says.
You have a recollection of the land from before this long time span. Do you remember what was over here in the past?
Did Zurhas like going to the strip club? We'll find him at the strip club.
He looks at both of you. And then he turns to Adonis. He says, It's been several hundred years. This was supposed to be the Great Escape. We intended to trap him on the other side. But he trapped me instead. I have no idea. The landscape has been shocked, and if you look, so we're at the edge of this, like, canyon. This canyon was, like, pretty clean cut, and it looks like a V. And he says to you, this is the result of my and his battle. Look. And it looks like a narrow carved out V. Like he says, this is the magic I speak of. This is the magic we must stop.
So he didn't go to strip clubs. Okay, gotcha.
It's okay. So, Builder literally has no idea what to say. He nods his head.
I'm like taking notes in my like journal, and it's like no strip clubs. No.
As Owen's taking a note to learn the silence spell next time he levels up.
Also, Bildrick is drinking at this point. He's drinking like a very bizarre brown liquid, like immediately. And as he
starts vibrating,
you notice that, like, you would have to be really keen at it. He's off. He's drinking this thing, and he's off.
Bildrick, where'd you go in the portal?
He is absolutely vibrating on a level but it's hard to tell. He almost looks blurry. You know, he like kind of looks like he's out of focus. But he's drinking this potion and.
What are you drinking there? May I partake? I hope it's a little bit.
Of course. I left you a few, I believe, in my bag. And he hands you a little swig of this bubbling brown liquid. He says, "You take a drink."
I throw back that swig.
Oh, you pound it. All right, cool. He's like, and he looks at you and he winks. He says, "Swifty."
Swifty.
Oh boy.
And, I get my medic bag ready.
I look at Adonis and I'm like, boy.
Dude, as soon as you consume that too, he pulls another one out and starts just tipping it back.
Hey, Bildrick, what are you drinking there?
I told you it was Swifty. I left you a few in your satchel. My bag. Speaking of, where the fuck is my bag? And he,
How many of those Swifties have you had, Billy D?
He looks intently as if he's doing mathematics. And he says, 738,320. Pulls the whole thing back. Pulls another one out. 2.
Is that since this morning, or you feeling all right there, bud? Something doesn't seem right.
He's fan. This man is This is something you've never seen. He, at this point, ignores your question. He pulls out of his backpack. He pulls out a carpet. He slaps it out and sits on it. And the carpet begins to hover. And he looks at you and he says, "I'll do my best to figure out and help you along the way. However, if you come across anything, please tell me."
What do you mean, anything? Like, you want us to tell you about, like, the mountains that we walk across and the trees that we see and the birds and the bees?
Because they're pretty damn beautiful.
They're
It is pretty
so damn
lush
beautiful.
over here. I
If you see fit,
months
I'll
in
take
If you see fit.
If you see fit, I'll take any information you
Hey,
get.
you got the other side of the stone, so you asked for it. I'm just saying.
What
He
was
takes
the
the stone.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
What was the daylight situation? Like, was it sunrise?
Yeah,
Noon?
I'd say midday, bright.
Midday? Okay.
When that thing cracked, the sun came through pretty hard.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's only been he's been rambling for maybe an hour or two. You know, the old Bilder's way.
About midday. To make any ground, I suppose we should set out before the sun starts to fall.
He turns and he says, I suggest you find civilization, if nothing else, first. We must figure out what's going on. Is there anything else you need? And he looks at all of you.
A fifth of rum, but unless is that
New
in your
Ferrari?
bag?
Bilder pulls out a fifth of rum and hands it to you. You now have that.
Billy?
Sorry. Tony, what was that one?
My Ferrari now. I mean, I really want to see a rabbit out of a hat now.
He looks at you and you say Ferrari, and he pulls out a furry mess of, it could be, you're not quite sure what it is. It looks like to be old wool and thread in a big fur ball.
Fuck
He
yeah,
pulls this
close
out of his
enough.
packet. He hands that to you. You now own a Ferrari.
Bildrick, seeing as we're adventuring into the unknown, we have no
Fur
idea.
of Ari.
Do you have anything that could conceal one's identity or keep them from being noticed?
Equipped you each with something unbeknownst to each of you already. That's how I summoned you here. I feel you'll be fine.
You just say that you didn't put something in my body? That's what it sounds like.
Did I get abducted?
Yeah. Where's the probe? Right now, I want to know where it is.
I need to see Ashton Kutcher and some aliens and somebody bring the cameras out. Where are we?
I'm gonna head to the kitchen, get some food together.
Cool, thank you.
Find a little sack.
I know I got a spell for this.
Ready to
Hold
set
on.
out.
You ready to go?
Yeah.
Track me, motherfucker.
What, Sweeney?
Mhm.
Bildrick, having put his regular clothes back on, does hand you back your potato sack cloak.
Okay.
I'm not sure what you're wearing.
I'm not gonna quite use that. He's gonna. Was there any like a broom handle in the kitchen or anything?
Ooh, were you looking for something in particular?
Like a stick.
Broom handle?
A stick, like a stick.
You would have no trouble finding a stick at all.
Okay, found. So he's gonna turn the sack into like your hobo shanty thing. He's gonna make it one big pocket and start piling like the books in there. Take the gold, put that in there, and he's just gonna have a stick
Cool.
over his shoulder.
So you now have the potato sack,
Potato sack over my shoulder on a stick.
and it's a nice stick. It is a broom handle in this case.
Okay,
Absolutely, you found a nice piece
Cool.
of oak.
solid,
Yeah,
reliable quality. Cool. It's a pocket on a stick. My first invention.
So this is a naked hobo with boots.
Half naked. I have pants and boots.
I have
Okay, you
those
had
pants.
boots.
I didn't realize you had pants on. I'm like,
Okay.
They're
Sweet.
pocket
Yeah, I know.
pants. They're just like they're the pants I fashioned out of the other sack that I was
So wait.
sleeping in.
Oh, wait. You thought I was him earlier.
what's that?
Because I'm not naked too, right? Because that would be definitely weird. Right?
What do you
It
ask?
was him you were talking about, right?
With no pants?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, swing.
Okay.
You know, they're not really pants so much as a sack with like a drawstring.
Nice.
It's kind of like it's a sack with the holes for legs and a drawstring. Yeah, like
Question.
your
What are thunderstones?
What are thunderstones? Are you asking Bildrick this?
Yes.
Ah, the Thunderstone. Quite a crafty invention, if I don't say so. First, you throw it. Boom! He's very excited about this. Wow. Things go flying. And then he gives you a
Thank
little wink. If you are asking, like, how, like, are you concerned you don't know how to use Thunderstones?
They were.
Well, I think they're like a lesser magic. Well, they're not even a magic thing, right? They're like a.
Somebody has these in their journal. Let me see.
Like the.
Oh, it's here. Now you know.
Tax and stuff that you could throw out and stuff too.
There you go. Everyone, it's in your journal now. Everyone sees that. He explains it pretty well, how to use them and what they are.
Journal. Oh.
Well, before we start our long journey to find civilization, I would like to also put on the bracer that I got last.
Oh, you're putting the bracer on right now?
That's definitely not what I thought.
Okay. Bildrick, as you're talking to Bildrick, asking about Thunderstones and affixing this bracer, he stops dead sentence and says, "Is that Hughes?"
It's you.
Yeah, you've already put the bracer on, and now you scream in agony. This bracer fits like a glove, and your hand falls off. Your hand is now laying at your feet, and Bildrick looks terrified. You hear Bildrick yell, "Hugh! Hugh, is that you?"
It's not you, my own goddamn man.
I didn't quite hear what you said. Now we ask you something.
I said that's not Hugh. That's my own goddamn hand.
You said. Bildrick says, "Come quickly," and he begins to look at your bracer. He spends about 4 or 5 minutes, almost 10 maybe, going over it with his tools, and he says, "This is it. This is Hugh's bracer. That son of a bitch. He tried to steal my technology." And he shows his hand, and as he does, he holds up his hand. His hand leaps off and jumps onto his shoulder. He says, "But I believe it was cursed." And he kind of recites a weird incantation and touches this bracer. And your hand comes back to life. And it jumps back into the bracer. And to your surprise, it seems to work normal. Bildrick goes on to explain that Hugh was one of a survivor of this battle, and that Hugh, we thought it would be a good idea, Bildrick did, to have more available hands to help if we basically gave Hugh an undead hand to do things while he was sleeping. And he explains that this hand, you now basically have a hand that's a pet. That's what he does. And it, edit it. This is now in your journal. How you feel about it is your own.
I just stare at my hand and
it seems to react as normal.
And I try to pull it off, see if it pops out or something.
It does. It comes right off.
Ah! Does it also move when it's out? Does it move of its own accord?
It stares at you, and seeing you be somewhat confused, Bildrick explains that it's essentially you can command it. The problem was that Hugh is actually the hand. Hugh, it was backwards, so they got the magic wrong, and when this gentleman, Steve, put on this bracer, his hand became Hugh, and his hand started controlling Steve as opposed to Steve controlling the hand.
But I control the hand now.
Currently, you do control the hand.
Cool.
The hand's name is Hugh.
Okay.
Oh.
And you can talk to Hugh and tell Hugh what to do. As long as Hugh is in the bracer, he's under your control.
Cool.
Hugh does somewhat have a mind of his own.
Now that's a party trick.
As the team medic, I'm gonna have to say that you might not want to use that too much. Yeah, it feels like the more you give it power, the more it takes. And as the anatomist, can you see, like, inside? I'm curious if you can, like, see inside her hand, the actual.
Look at it?
Hell yeah, I want to look at it.
Your wrist?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Wait a minute. You're just trying to pull it off and do all kinds of crazy stuff. You gotta let me study this.
For science.
For science.
Distrusting of anybody.
Okay. I'm sorry.
I'll wait for my opportunity then.
All right. Fair enough. All right. Anything else before I set? Fair enough. Bildrick looks at you and says, west. And then he zips off on a flying carpet. Top speed. And then I gotta roll dice.
I look at Relic, and I'm like, wait, how long are we supposed to leave the pizza rolls in the oven for? We have to ask Bildrick.
Bildrick is gone. As he goes zipping off top speed, his hat flies off and lands on the ground.
Oh, he's missing his drip, his hat. We gotta give it back to him somehow. And I pick it up.
was trying to reach for it. So, well, I mean, he left me some clothes. I think I'll just take this one as well.
Hey, man, you take it.
All right.
So he takes the hat. Puts the hat on.
Perfect. Bildrick has disappeared. It's afternoon. You guys are in a skull. You're probably pretty confused and shocked about what the fuck has been going on the last 2-3 weeks in your life as you came across this desert. As a party, you guys are you're safe. You're in this kind of skull thing. It was a huge mess. I mean, so, whether or not somebody noticed or not, who knows? You have no idea what the hell's going on in this world. I'm going to give you guys like a couple minutes to discuss it. I got to take a leak. We'll come back. We'll set up for next week. I'll be right back. Cool.
Man, that's cool.
I was reading through the journal and kind of like the stuff that we got, the Act 1 loot. And when I saw the Hughes bracer, and that like it takes your hand off, I was like, whoa, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder
Cool stuff we got though.
Make ones that like make you taller. That would be something.
So climb out of the skull and get our bearings and start heading off in a direction, or try to find. If we spend like, I keep forgetting to do this, but I've got find familiar. I just have to spend an hour to contrive a familiar. I can send that up, spiral, and trying to scout for like civilization or something, so we can have a direction to go in. If you guys are willing to wait a little bit. Okay.
Well, what are we? We're getting out of this thing now.
I mean, we could stay here, but it's only the day's only halfway over, so we want to start traveling.
Yeah, someone was saying they need to go at 9 though, so.
We started to just come up with a plan and then start heading out, or was there anything else anyone wanted to do while we're here?
Well, I don't know. It sounded like he was kind of ending it on that note.
Yeah, well, he was saying we could come back and check in and then set up for next week. So I was just gonna try to get that familiar, give us a direction, and then call it there.
Do you think anybody will? Do you think anybody's heard or saw this?
Probably.
What?
If there's any sign of civilization near, it'd probably be hard to miss this thing crashing into the area. Unless we're tens upon tens of miles away from anywhere. maybe not.
I can set an alarm around the skull as we leave it, and so if anybody comes to try to check it out after we've already gone.
Is that the alarm spell?
Yeah, it's like a mile.
Yeah, it's a mile, and I think it only covers a 20-foot cube or something like that.
It's like it might be 60.
It would tell us if we were
'Cause
being followed.
I've got that as well. Uh, 20-foot cube.
20-foot cube.
Yep.
And it lasts 8 hours.
But yeah,
Alright.
1 mile. I think we can easily cover 1 mile. So, I mean, if you wanted to, but
So you guys are now standing in this deal alone. The portal that was there once there has gone.
okay. Glad I went and got food when I did.
It disappeared when Bildrick left.
Okay.
What would anyone like to do?
I'm gonna take some time and cast Find Familiar.
Cool.
I'm gonna summon an owl.
Cool. All right. Owl has been summoned.
I asked the team, do we want to set out on foot or do we want to try to resuscitate the giant plank walker, and use that to travel?
We can't talk about this point.
Yeah, I think that's beyond our capacity. The man who invented it took off.
Oh.
He gave up on it himself, so I'm not sure what hope we have of resuscitating it.
Okay.
I'm sure if we wanted some type of vehicle, we could take bits and pieces, maybe assemble like a wagon or a sleigh, and take turns if we didn't want to walk.
So you'll pull us? I like it. Thanks, Adonis.
Just build a rickshaw just for Forrest's character.
You guys spent like 2 months building a rickshaw out of sticks.
Yeah. Sticks and bones.
Would you be able to find a familiar that's large enough to carry us?
Ooh.
No? Okay.
No, it's only really tiny. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's spells for that, like Find Steed, but
It's a gnome-sized owl.
it's a big owl.
That is.
It's a
Okay,
I-
kind of loud, yeah.
yeah, tiny
It's
opposite.
like the size of a sparrow.
Yeah, looks like an owl.
As
So
we're
once I summon him,
shot.
though, I'm gonna send him out through the crack and start spiraling up. And I'm gonna, like, you guys all watch as my eyes kind of like glaze over and become this iridescent, like bluish greenish light. I can still hear you all, or no, I can't. I can't hear you all, but I can still speak. And I can't see you all. But I'm gonna send him up, looking through his eyes, and try to see if I can see any kind of sign of civilization, like smoke drifting up into the
Cool.
sky.
Does the owl make perception checks?
Yeah.
Based on you?
Yeah, it would be based on the owl's perception. I believe.
As we're building the rickshaw, I kind of.
Wait. Are we? You haven't told me you guys are building a rickshaw.
Oh,
so
okay. Never mind.
Tell me if you are. There'll be some rolls involved with a rickshaw.
I was just gonna say I went and found some runes and I attached them to the underside to make like an underglow effect.
Oh, the runes are completely dark.
Oh damn.
And
Okay.
honestly, Eric,
Damn.
if you exited this skull carapace you're in and you looked back, you see utter destruction. Like the entire thing is shattered.
Damn, that would have looked so
Broken
sweet,
to bits,
guys.
yeah.
It would have been so cool. We would have had the sickest rickshaw and all the. I don't even know where we are, but it would have been the sickest.
So it's a perception +3 for the owl. So D20 +3.
Yeah, go ahead.
So 10. Yay.
That's okay.
Damn.
So this owl flies up, swooping, and you get a really good understanding of the landscape. And a little better than you had seen before now that you're down to earth level, because you were so high above it prior as you were walking. You probably didn't take time to notice. But it sees to the north is an equally daunting ridge wall of stone, a cliff face, just as daunting as the one you had ran into prior. The landscape actually seems to be as if something made this landscape. I mean, it's like there's a deep socket down the middle with blaring, it kind of rolls like this, but there's obviously like a weird channel like straight down the middle forever. At the end of that is barely makes out, but it appears to be like a really big tree, but it's hard to tell. Miles away though. I mean, it's at the end of the landscape, but it's bizarre. It's like when you see like catch a cell phone tower on a mountain. You're like, what the fuck is that? That's about where you're at. You see like a large tree. To the south, there are cliff walls, but they seem less aggressive, and you make that the forest at some point falls off. But you're in a very deep wooded area, very hesitant, and probably, I'd say, half a mile directly to the east of you is a rune structure.
Huh. I will relay all of that to the party.
Sounds like a good place to start is I was talking to my mom, but I heard you say, it's kind of like open, but there's a rune structure.
That's funny, because I was just talking to your mom first.
Oh! That's so weird. Oh, man. Oh. Okay, shut the fuck up. What we're talking... there's a rune structure, and there's nothing else, too descript, right?
It's just a dense wooded area.
There's an odd tree.
Very far away, there's something that appears to be a tree. Very far away.
But the nearest
what do you guys...
civilization seems to be the rune. Maybe dead civilization.
When I say rune, I mean like we're talking hedge. What the fuck's the thing in Britain?
Stonehenge.
Thank you, sir. Stonehenge. Thanks.
Ruins.
It's like a Stonehenge rune.
Ruin.
White stone. Ruin?
Yeah, you gotta say it like Stewie. Ruin.
Certain times I say
is
really
like a
Ruin.
symbol.
ruin.
Ruin.
Ruin. You spy from your steed a rune afar.
Ruin.
Oh, jeez.
I
So,
do recall, Owen, Hendrik said west before he left. Did Joao notice anything to the west?
You're inside of a skull as far as I'm concerned. You look to the west and see a wall.
He's asking.
I think he's asking the owl.
What Al saw.
See
Oh, you're
bone.
asking. Okay, fair enough.
Right. I cannot currently hear you because I'm still looking through the owl.
Oh, okay, so...
Oh, you can't even hear me.
I can't hear you. I can't hear or see.
Oh,
So I'm cut off.
shit.
In reference to that, was that tree out to the west?
But yeah, directly
Okay.
west.
Okay, so that tree, I'm mentioning that being up, so you'd know that.
And I just say, for
Copy.
direction-wise, you guys literally, the world you were from, far to the west. I keep saying west. You guys traveled east, came to the mountain. You've now traveled through a slight canyon. Didn't take you long to get through it, and now you see a vast emptiness east. And I meant to say east.
Okay,
not fucking
so we're
west.
supposed to
I
travel
scream
by-
really loud. Look west. I'm pretty
I
sure the bird.
So anytime I said west
Yeah.
earlier, I meant to say east.
Okay.
That
we've
direction.
been traveling east.
So
Okay.
tr-
So,
yeah,
so
trees directly
relative
east.
said...
Yes.
Way off. The
Way
ruins
off.
a little bit to our south.
Yeah, half a mile.
Okay.
You see like a rock ruin structure. It's just the only thing that stands out, really.
Okay, well, that's near enough start. It's some kind of sign of civilization that may have passed, but it's a sign nonetheless.
I think we should
Interesting to
check it out.
Some
Definitely.
grounds of what's going on this side of the rift.
For sure. Nobody knows much about this war or battle, 300 whatever years ago. Let's play some Mystery Gang, Scooby-Doo, mysteries. Let's figure out what's going on.
Maybe we'll find a rusted out Ferrari for you.
I was hoping for more of like the van, the shag wagon, the mystery machine.
So you get Exius, before you set out, just lets everyone know he's got 2 barrels of water and plenty of rations, but he wants to make everyone, just to be sure that there's like, we don't know. This may or may not last us. That's his advice to everyone. Josh, I swear to God, you see this green ring around your shit?
I do. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
God damn it! I'm gonna just go to push to talk route. Return sensitivity down. You're good. Oh yeah. Oh, mute's good.
Oh.
Unmute when you want to talk. Just don't forget, because it sucks dick when you're all like, blah, 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 and you're like, oh, I was muted for the last 30 minutes? Well, fuck.
Yeah.
Well, if you go into the mic sensitivity, because I have mine up really loud, because mine will pick up on my computer and all the shit in the room if I don't.
Sweet.
Hell, it'll sound like I'm breathing on the mic if I turn it down too low.
I just have one question for the party. What pace are we setting as we head east?
Well, we gotta hunt, so we want to save those rations, so...
Yeah, let's kind of, if what we've been doing lately is, we'll call it 50%, you guys want to move at like 65, maybe like 70%?
I think it's either slow, normal, or fast.
Gotcha.
Medium slow.
To make things easy.
Right.
Long trekking, like it's percentage bullshit.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I'd probably start trotting off normally.
Cool.
You guys wanted to slow me down.
You guys head west.
East.
East.
God, fuck me, man. I swear to fuck. It's like embarrassing at this point. I keep saying west.
Well, now that we all know that we're supposed to be going east, yeah.
East. Everything is east. Like, goes west. You guys, it becomes, it's starting to get pretty dark.
Do we not make it to the ruins?
No.
Okay.
You're about halfway there, probably. It becomes, it's starting to get dark. You can press on if you'd like, or,
I think we should stay and take a rest.
Yep. Oh, look at Aaron. Say it. Say it, Aaron.
And while we set up for this rest, I take Q off and tell them to keep watch by my body. Anyone? Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Before you get to that, let's make sure we get it. All right, so you guys, there we go, Relic. You got a nature, too. You guys need to look for a place to camp. Looks like your boy Relic tried. Relic thinks that right here is a great spot.
I got really distracted by how pretty the sunset was.
Would anyone else like to look for a spot to rest?
As we like sit down on a like ant hill.
Yeah.
On my hand to go a place to rest.
You tell your hand to go look for a place to rest?
Yeah. I can tell him to do that, right?
You can, yeah, hell yeah, you can.
If there is in fact an anthill, we have dinner. Just saying.
Gonna be good or bad? We'll see how it goes. This thing's trash.
Well, if
right.
we can come up with some sauce, you can make anything good.
Your hand begins to wander off into the woods.
I'll use.
That's an odd sentence I never thought I'd hear.
Yeah, the owl spots it. Yeah. What's the owl's? Go ahead and just do a quick.
No, I was gonna roll. I was not paying attention to the hand. I was gonna just roll for looking for a spot to camp.
Yeah, you could. Wisdom. Same as nature. Whatever bonus.
So,
Yeah.
20.
This owl. Olin, as it approaches dark, stops in the middle of the tray and his eyes roll back in his head once again. Then this owl flies off. And you notice that maybe about, actually pretty damn close, 60, 70 yards from where you're at, is a nice little hillside knoll with an open place surrounded by trees. It looks like a gorgeous camping site. So you guys will go and set up camp there. Assumably. I said that. I shouldn't have said that. Go ahead. That's what you see.
That looks like a great. Well, I guess I don't see it because Owen's the owl.
No one sees
Looks like
it.
a great place to camp.
Oh, there it is. Sorry.
Oh my! You get back here!
You have no idea whether it heard you or not. It's yeah, it was just within range by the time Sween saw this, so it comes back. Comes back to you and jumps on your shoulder. All right.
I just imagine her like holding out her nub for it to like jump back into like the socket, and just ignoring that to go up on her shoulder.
You guys set up camp. Oh shit, Josh bailed.
No, I think
Shit, Josh is back.
he's just having technical difficulties.
Technical. There's just something on your microphone that's vibrating. All right, so this is how we're gonna do it. Let's. You guys are setting up for camp.
Yep.
Long rest. It's night. Let's get the watch order out of the way. Who would like to do first watch?
I'll go first.
This happens,
I'll go.
I am going to cast Alarm for the night.
Will you post that?
Yes.
Probably set up. We can cover a bit more if we both have them up.
8 hours. Cool. Okay. So are you taking first watch then, Josh, and casting alarm?
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you want to combine them, we can set up like 40 feet of space. You know, just a wider arc.
You guys are good.
Do you want to do like a 40-foot cube that?
Yeah.
Do you want to make it audible, or do you want to make it trigger one of our minds, or both?
Say trigger like each. Well, I was gonna have mine silent to my mind.
Okay. I'll
Actually, no, you're right. Audible. We'll make them audible so everyone can hear.
Yeah.
Might as well.
In case you get hit with something that makes it so
Yeah.
you can't speak.
Yeah. Maybe
Cool,
it'll warn up whatever predator comes in.
Who's first watch?
I'll take it if. Okay.
Yeah.
Big fella.
I'll take it.
Two of you can go watch at once. Just that's typically how it works. If you want.
Okay.
It's up
Yeah,
to
I'll
you.
go with him too.
There's 3 watches. So first watch, you and Eric. Second watch.
Take second watch.
Good.
With the
I'll
owl.
take third alone.
Third alone. Exius does it with you.
X.
I need everyone to roll. Technically, it doesn't really matter. Let me roll. Awesome. Okay, so the night seems quiet. You guys have set up camp. Spells have been placed. It goes through. Makes it to about the second watch. During this, alarm is triggered. Second watch. So you guys were awake. The alarm's triggered. You look out, and you see what you think. Go ahead and roll a perception check. Who else is on second?
Oh, it was just me on.
I think
Well,
she raised her hand. With you.
Oh, okay.
If the alarm went off, it woke us all up, didn't it?
Yep, it made an audible noise. I'm just asking these guys to make perception. Olin, you have amazing sight. The second that this alarm makes this audible noise, you look to the north, and you see what appears to be a very large and terrifying wolf. And the second that you see it, and it realizes that it's been seen, it dashes off into the night. And that is where we're ending tonight's session.
Cool beans. Alright, everyone.
Well, thanks for the session.
All right.
Yeah.
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 See.
Good night, guys.
Always gonna throw everyone too before everyone hangs up. Use the Discord chat, the dungeon chat. I will be updating a map of the world on your behalf as we travel. Things you learn, I will put on the map. If somebody says some shit's to the north or some shit.
Cool.
So just check that before the sash. It should give you a good general idea of the landscape. I'm just gonna be doing that because I'm
Cool.
making it by hand, and I'm pretty proud of it. So.
Nice. Hey Joe, when do you want to test the dynamic lighting thing?
Whatever, man. I wasn't quite sure what the problem was. Are you just not seeing it at all?
Yeah. Well, it was just